How's it going, folks? Rob here. Welcome back to the channel. Going to check out a little bit more Gran Turismo 5 on the emulator on my PC. So we're going to jump straight into it. We're going to do I'll do some A Spec career races today. Why not? We just did a bit of an intro last week, just checking out the master mod, which has been out for a little while, of course, but I'm a little old and slow, so I only just found out about it, and it's really, really cool. Essentially, you play the emulator GT5 on the computer. You can unlock every car instantly, as I did. As a click of a button, I've got just about every single car in the game, which normally would take about a lifetime to collect and grind for. The license tests are golden at the click of a button. Sure, it's cheating, but I played this game all those years ago when it released. I played it from day one when it finally released, so I'm too old, I'm too lazy to go through it all again. But one of the things I really like about it, the fact is, you got every single track. They brought it. The modders did an amazing job bringing over a lot of the old PS2 and PS1 tracks as well. For instance, if you go all the way to this side here, you got the original Pikes Peak clone from the PS1. Really, really cool. So eventually I'm going to go through and check out all these tracks. There's nearly 150 layouts in total with this mod. Absolutely amazing. You can also increase your A and B level spec levels. I've already started to increase B level because I hated B spec at the time, and now that I'm in my 40s, I'm not going to sit here and watch the AI do laps around the track and I tell it to go faster or slower. Yeah, eventually I don't even... Some events you can click a button. Can we do it here? Let's see if I can... I can tell it that I've won. So this is essentially what you do with the license test. You just hit the start button and you can choose what you get. Everyone's going to pick gold. Who the hell's going to pick bronze? That's how easy it is with the mod. B-Spec was annoying as hell. I did not know anyone. Oh, I've won another car. Fantastic, because I don't have enough. Because how many cars do I have now? Premium cars, I got 281. Standard, only 853. So yeah, we'll collect the car because I need more. This is going to be a lifetime going through driving these old cars. Yeah, so I'm going to pick a front-wheel drive car. I'm going to do some front-wheel drive in the A-Spec. Although we've actually just won one, so why don't we just drive this? All right, it's an old Civic. Let's go for, I assume... What did they give me? Is that a standard, or I'm assuming that's a premium one? It looked a little bit more detailed. Anyway, let's go to A-Spec. Beginner series. I've only done a couple of events. Let's jump into the front-wheel drive challenge. What races have we got? Suzuka Short, Special Stage 5, and Deep Forest. 3 laps, 2 laps. Nothing too exaggerated, nothing too hard. Front-wheel drive. Going to go... Hang on. Before we go racing, there's one thing I've got to remember to do now I'm playing Gran Turismo, especially with these older cars, is give them an oil change. Because you just get a little tiny boost of power. I'm assuming that's a premium model. You can see the interior and the wheels, and yeah, that's definitely the other ones. You can usually tell the difference. All right, let's quickly change the oil. I could have sworn years ago maybe it was a different Gran Turismo, but I thought when you change the oil, it changed to green. But this is the exact same color. Maybe I've got my games mixed up. This is trying to go back 13, 14 years of memory. It's a long way to go. Let me check. The engine's fine. The chassis is fine. Normally that's the sort of thing you'd hold off on, but I've got a lot of money and I've got all the cars. So the only time I spend money now is on upgrading the car, so I can afford to do that. So I always check it. We can modify that one. I've probably got that in the garage anyway. It puts it up to nearly 200 horsepower. We're going to go stock standard, no upgrades, because we're racing against the AI and they're usually in stock standard cars, especially in these beginner events. Obviously it's a really, really old game. No online racing, which kind of sucks because the online racing for this game back in the day was really good. I had a lot of really good races online. Did thousands of online races back then. It was good. And yet on GT7, I've clocked in over 200 hours on GT7 so far. I'm only new at the game. I haven't done one online event because I'm at that age. People online just shit me. And after a long day at work or a long night at work, and the last thing you want to do is jump on and play a game just to escape and relax, and then you got a bunch of people just driving you bloody crazy. Nothing worse. Let's do it. Yeah, so this is the first time I've loaded up this track, so as you can see it's compiling the shaders, so it does get a little glitchy. You can lag a little bit as it's popping. It's basically loading up everything for the first time. And I've never driven this car before, so just the first time you load up this stuff, it can look a little bit funky. Let's turn the traction control down to 1. I don't have it all the way off. I'm a bit soft. Alright, I know this track well, but I'm going to leave the racing light on just because it just makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, so as you can see, it can be a little bit stuttery, a little bit jagged at the start, but that should clear up after the first lap. Oh my god, I did a race the other day on Gran Turismo 7 on Suzuka, and coming here, the difference... That's a massive crowd to watch some road cars go around really slowly. I like when you upgrade the cars in-game. I've upgraded a few and just driven around there. It's a lot of fun to drive. Stock standard, the cars in this game can be a bit annoying to drive. Oh, that definitely answers the question. We're in a premium car. We don't have the horrible black nothingness that is the standard models. We're pulling through them quite comfortably. I thought they'd put up a little bit more of a challenge. Through these S's, they're going a little bit slower. Alright, as you saw, this car is stock standard. Anything I've done to it is given an oil change. The AI in these games have never really been a challenge, even with a car that is stock standard. I mean, these old Civics are really cool cars, but I thought the others might give it a challenge, but there we go. We're going to win this one quite easily, even on the first lap. Oh no, the Megane's actually making an effort in the straight line. It's good. I like that. We'll more than likely be in front by turn 2 or 3, but as the big engine kicks in, rev this thing really high. It's what they like. A little bit of frame rate drop there as I go off onto the, well, suppose you can call that grass, fake grass there. I did that on purpose just to make the racing a little bit more exciting. One thing that hasn't aged well with this game, the sound effects the engine sounds are absolutely horrible. There's one thing they're working on, the people that did this are working on a mod for Gran Turismo 6 for the emulator as well, and they've upgraded all the car sounds. I haven't played it, but apparently they've upgraded all the car sounds. I'd love it if they did it for this game as well. That is something I would definitely pay for, because yeah, even back when this came out, the car sounds were not great. I mean, let's be honest, in some ways GT games have never been known for their engine sounds. Gran Turismo 7's a lot better. It's probably the best one I've ever heard. Overall, they still can't get muscle cars right though. But yeah, this just sounds like I'm making a smoothie on a blender. Last lap, let's try and keep this one a little bit clean. Bring it home. We've got a couple more races, and then I figure we'll throw a bunch of money and we'll upgrade the car and we'll go for a quick spin. There's one of the old tracks I want to check out, Apricot Hill. So I figured we'll do these 3 races. We're going to win quite comfortably, and then we'll upgrade the car. Then we'll go for a spin around that classic old track, which I've not driven around in a very, very long time. So hopefully I remember which. Hopefully it's as good as I remember. As we come onto pit straight. The game's so old, the Ferris wheel doesn't even spin around. It's amazing how far we've come in gaming. But this was the shit back in the day. It was only 4 seconds in the end, but it wasn't really a challenge after the first lap was over. So this is my 4th day of having this mod. So every day so far the reward bonus has increased. Now it's 200%. I don't know, and I leveled up. Yeah, I don't know if it caps eventually after a certain while, if it just keeps increasing, because you can actually go through the mod in the main menu and choose how much money you want, seeing how I've got $6.5 million and only done about half a dozen races. Yeah, you don't really want to be... I'm assuming I can take that money out. I mean, you can, at the click of a button, you can reset everything and start fresh again. No cars, you can play properly. I've only gone through and put all the money and cars in, because I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not going to go grinding for this stuff. So I'll give it a moment for the shaders to load up. This is one of the OG tracks. Clubman Stage 5. I was hoping when they brought back when I was going through the listing of all the tracks they brought in for this mod, I was hoping Special Stage, I think it was Route 11 from GT1 or 2. I was wishing that was going to be there, but it was one of the tracks, sadly, that didn't make it. But yeah, it's free. I'm not going to complain. This is an awesome addition. I do still have my original copy for GT5 on my gaming shelf behind me, but yeah, like I said in the video the other day, my PS3, she's is officially dead. I tried some different cables and she just won't start up. So I'm not going to chuck it out. It can sit there next to my old NES, which doesn't work anymore as well, with my old Atari 2600, sorry, which also doesn't. No, that actually works. I just don't have the old TV and VCR, so can't exactly connect it to a modern 4K monitor. The old Ataris. But yeah, there's no way that thing's going to the landfill, so that stays here. God, this old track brings back so many memories. I haven't oh, there's a fence. Too busy looking around. Yeah, this is my teenage years, high school years, going around this track. Yeah, like I said in the video the other day, the first time I played this game was at a friend's house after high school and changed my world because I love my cars. Yeah, we never had a game like this. It changed everything. And I begged my parents every single day to get me a PlayStation, and yeah, they finally caved in, and I finally got one. I managed to do some chores around the house, got a PlayStation 1. I think it was second hand. The original one was second hand. I got a couple of games, including Gran Turismo, and then my brothers went over to Bali on holiday, and when they come back, they bought me a whole heap of burnt games, like a literally suitcase. There was hundreds of games in there, and it was like $50, all of them. And then I got my PlayStation 1 chipped so I could play them, and absolutely had a ball. Obviously, then I went through and saved up and bought me an actual proper PlayStation that wasn't chipped, and I started buying the real games. But those were the days. This car sounds horrible. Oh, understeer. I mean, I did carry a bit too much speed, going to lose a little bit of momentum. Coming onto the straight, got one more lap. I don't think we're going to have a problem. Considering how old it is, the fact that you can see the headlights of the cars all the way to the back, and the actual, there's not really any popping if you drop out as well. Yeah, I was quite surprised when I played this the other day for the first time. I thought these old tracks and cars would look really bad and show their age, but I gotta say, it looks alright. I'm playing on a 50-inch 4K monitor on my PC. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, when I watch the playback of the recording, it looks better because it is slightly stretched a little bit on my screen. But these games have aged quite well. I haven't gone back and played into the old PS2 versions of these tracks, so that probably would be a little bit different. So I might do that in the next video. Go check out some of the really, really old tracks. I don't know if they've tried the modders have tried to render them and improve them, or if it's just a complete copy over ported version of the old PS1 tracks. Oh, again with the understeer. Clearly I have not learnt my lesson. Again with a nice easy win. And this is with a stock standard car. I like how they didn't do any upgrades because I would have won by half a lap. Oh, they'll get a bit of a draft on then. If it was a bit longer, they may have caught me. I mean, that is the upgraded car, the 04 behind me, so it'll have a little bit more power. So yeah, just those 3 laps. 8,200 credits when I was supposed to get 4,100. So yeah, it's a very easy way to make money. I'd love it if they could mod GT7 for me so I didn't have to grind as much. I know it's cheating, but it's a really old game. I'm not going to sit here and grind my way through this really, really old game. Not going to happen. All right, we'll do one more race. Deep Forest, couple of laps. Another classic track. And then I'll modify the car. I don't know how much. I won't convert it into the race car. Yeah, yeah, I want to go check out. I think it's Apricot Hill Raceway. I think it was called. All the textures of the crowd look a bit not great if you look around. I love the old layout of this circuit. It just brings back so many really good memories of my teenage years before I discovered alcohol and just ruined everything. This looks really, really cool again to be playing this. I mean, this track on GT7 looks fantastic, especially if you played it in VR. It is an absolute blast to drive around in. But I don't know, man. Coming back to these old games, it's just got a certain charm about them. I'm not good with my words. I can't explain it properly, but it's just the nostalgia, the memories of coming back. This is the elevation changes through there is a lot more noticeable than it is on the new version. Oh, look at the changes in the corners too. That's completely different than it is in the recent game. Oh my God, I haven't been around here in ages. I completely forgot about it. Because I didn't play Gran Turismo 6. I didn't really play much of Gran Turismo Sport. So I've only played Gran Turismo 7 of recent. And yeah, there's so many changes in the... Oh, this is the old layout. This is completely different compared to the new one. Holy moly. Make the turn, make the turn. Understeer, front wheel drive, gotta love them. Granted, my driving's a bit shit. I'm never going to lie and say it's the game, it's my fault. Bad driver. We get 185 kilometers an hour. In game, that feels quite slow, but in real life, if you're doing 180 clicks in a Civic, you're going to know it. Any little road car, really. God, that sound effect, that motor sound is absolutely horrible, and it's no different in the cabin. The car feels good. I mean, the physics is nothing compared to like a Gran Turismo 7, and I am playing on a controller, but still, it's done pretty well. I was expecting this game to look really bad, but it's maybe these older games are going to age a lot better than I thought. Yeah, because there's usually this really tight left-hander now where you actually got to really slow down to like second gear in a lot of cars. But this one, it's pretty much flat out. I think I actually kind of prefer the updated version of the track because it's... Every now and then it is nice to have a bit of a technical corner where you actually got to brake and actually use your racing lines instead of just going flat out. Because this old version of this track, which I still love, is very much more of a momentum track. We did that a little bit better, kept our momentum on that one, more speed, crushed them, absolutely crushed them. 1:38.6. No idea if that's fast. I can't check the online times because they don't exist. I'm sure there's a website somewhere. Someone's got a spreadsheet of all the lap times in these cars. All right, so I'm going to go... We'll quickly go upgrade the car. The other thing I'm noticing too is how quick the loading and the menus are compared to a lot of modern games. So much quicker and smoother. And this is on an emulator too, so this is quite impressive. Another car I've won. Fantastic. Ah, Jesus Christ. I've more than likely got multiple of those. I want to receive it, but I don't want to drive it. Don't click the button to drive it, Rob. Yeah, it's the first time I've loaded this car up, so it's just going to take a little while to bring it all in. No, don't want to drive it right now. I think I've unlocked another paint color. I have. I'm pretty sure with the mod you can click a button and get all the paints as well. All right, so we're not going to race modify it. We'll just do a random. How many options are there? $1,500 for that tiny little lip spoiler. Nothing on the rear, no extension, and what stupid wings are we going to get? Oh, they're not too bad. We'll put the little one on. Why not? Should we change the color? It's one thing we can't do with these old games is put racing liveries on it and actually paint them. I like downloading the paint liveries. So let's change the color. I'm going to go like a yellow. So I usually see a lot of old Civics in yellow. So let's do that. Nice and bright. See, this is the thing I miss about the new games as well. After a couple of hundred cars, it gets tiresome, but you actually get to see it paint when you do the oil change. You get the guy going under. When you put the racing modifications on, the car goes into the garage. It's little things like that. It's little things add the charm. Makes you miss the old Gran Turismo games. I'd completely forgotten about all these little things like this until you actually come back and play the game. These little things you do miss. All right, so let's race it up myself. The sound's doing a weird thing there. As they've got the Nürburgring in the background. Haven't played that on this version yet. I love that track, but I hate it. I remember it well. I know the layouts. I know all the corners, but it is so hard to get a perfect track. So I think I'm thinking, depending how much power we get, we'll just absolutely max it out. Because I'm pretty sure these old games, yeah, there's no such thing as engine swaps. I don't think you can change the... Obviously, this is a front-wheel drive car. I don't think you can make it rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. I think you're just stuck being a front-wheel drive car. Which is not a problem. I like driving some front-wheel drive cars every now and then. The other thing I've done since the last video is I've turned off all the background music because I did get a warning. So I had to go back and lower the music a little bit. So this time I'm going to play it safe and we're just going to get rid of it completely. $20,000 for a 70 horsepower change. I'd want a little bit more. No, wrong button, dumbass. There we go. Let's go up to the exhaust. We'll put on the racing exhaust. 270. It's going to be well over 300 horsepower by the time we're done in a front-wheel drive car that I won't be tuning up because I can't remember how to tune in these old games. So this is going to understeer like a bitch, I imagine. How much more have we got to go? A few more things. Money, like you can tell, is not an issue. So it is nice to, after all these years, to have the freedom to just do what you want and know you're not having to grind like crazy. I've still got the tuning chip to put in, so we're going to be well over 350. Can we nudge into the 400 bracket? 369, probably not. About 380, I reckon. 389 in a front-wheel drive Civic. This is going to be fun to drive. How much weight can we take off? They're already pretty light cars. We're going to be under a ton. Can we get it down to 800? It's one thing I like about the Forza system, especially on the Horizon. You got the shopping basket. So you're going through and collect all the things you want, and then you pay it at once at the end instead of having to do it individually. Let's drop 898. The power to weight ratio on this car is going to be quite impressive. How much does the windows take out? Not really worth it, but whatever. And then we'll definitely need to put this on. Because with that amount of power in a really light car, with a bit of front wheel drive, we're going to need a bit of stability up the front. So let's finish up by doing a few laps. Where is it? Apricot Hill, I think it was called. Where is it? Somewhere along here. There's so many tracks on this mod. Cape Ring, I do remember that. That came out on GT5. That was a pretty cool track. Quite technical. Where is the one I want? I wish you could... there it is. There it is. The PS2 version. All right, let's go. Load it up. Let's just do that. Free run. Let's go for it. This is going to bring back a lot of memories. All the textures. That is definitely just an old ported over PS2 version. It's not upgraded. Holy moly, you can't even read the billboards. Oh, look at the textures of the people in the background. Let's turn off the weather. Because we've got racing slicks on. We definitely don't want it to rain because it can get a bit slippery. All right, let's do this. Oh, the old layout, the tight right-hander there in the middle. All right, we're going to take a little while we load everything up. Wow. Oh, like, this is going back. Oh, how far the graphics have come. Oh, I remember this section. I used to crash here a lot. Oh, I used to love this track. This is going back This is going back into the 90s. Holy shit, I was in high school. The engine completely sounds different as we fly onto pit straight. Oh, the building on the left there doesn't look too good. God, the difference this car makes. I probably should have upgraded the gearbox. Yep, we're maxed out at 227. Sorry, I'm just driving around with the biggest grin on my face. Oh, I love this. That looks horrible, the Nissan. I can barely read it, but it does say Nissan. Surely we could... I'm going to have to maybe look up this old track again because on the internet, because I'm pretty sure we could read those billboards back in the day. Surely they just haven't loaded up properly. I love how you can just remember the layout of this track as you go around, because I can't see the actual... I don't have the map, but thank God I got the racing line on. But yeah, this corner up here, this tight right-hander was... I love this track. So yeah, I wish they'd bring this back. I know I was saying this constantly the other day when I did the first video, but there's so many of these really cool tracks that I wish Polyphony would bring back. They're just the heart and soul of these old games. Whoa, 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 understeer, too much power. This little Civic, yeah, next lap definitely invalid. This little Civic's got some balls to it now. Sounds a little bit better. She revs high, that's a nice little corner cut. Next lap, yep, fucked that up completely. That's alright, I'm not trying to set the world's fastest lap times, I'm just trying to have a bit of fun as we open up another door to my memory that I completely forgot about. What an awesome little track this is. Let's jump back into the cabin though. Definitely going to have to adjust the gearbox. Oh, what a wonderful little circuit this was. This is why I love modding so much. You get to experience this again. I still have my PS2, I can see it right next to me. But yeah, I don't have the TVs and the setup to get that working again. So this is as good as it's going to get. And just a joy to drive these things again. Just to experience this again. Love it. Just gently with the power so we don't understeer into the wall. Beautiful. This has got some serious acceleration on it. Granted, we've got nearly 400 horsepower in a front-wheel drive Honda Civic that weighs under 900 kilos. Considering it's not tuned, it does corner pretty good. I thought the understeer would be really, really bad, but overall it's not too bad, even with my dumb ass behind the wheel. A little bit there, remembered from last time. I kept it a bit straighter. I mean, you're too busy watching the racing line and the upcoming corners to really pay attention too much to those horribly pixelated billboards. You can notice them though. Alright, we'll come across pit line. What did we do the first lap? 136. This lap was a lot cleaner. It's still not great. It's going to be a few seconds quicker. 133.9. Again, I've got no idea if that's quick. I know I'm a long way off the line of what others would be able to achieve back in the day, but oh, that was so cool to go back and check that out. I'm going to have so much fun the next few weeks going through and checking out all this, so definitely we'll be doing a few more videos to show this off, but yeah, what a blast to go. And even the old Midfield Raceway, just can't wait to check these out. That's, I vaguely remember, but it was bloody boring. It's just an oval. I couldn't drift for shit back then, but I'll check this out also in a video because I hated that track back in the day. It was really complicated, but the other thing is it's 11 kilometers long. It was such a long track, but it was a really good way to test out the cars. But yeah, I'm Rob. Cheers for watching. Pretty cool to come back and check out all these old cars. So we just did the A Spec. What's the next event? We'll do that in the next video. We all drive? No, World Compact. So we'll do this one in the next video. What cars can we use for that one? Anything, eh? Apparently they're compact cars, are they? What's your opponent cars? Little MGs, Honda CRX. Okay, so little cars. All right, we've got plenty of those. We've got like every car in the damn game. So what are we? Next track's got London, which I don't remember Madrid. Again, I don't quite remember. And Cape Ring. So all these tracks, I remember driving on them years ago, but I can't remember them, what they look like. So we'll check them out in the next video. So until then, cheers for watching. I'm Rob. This is GT5 on the emulator on the PC while holding an Xbox controller. How things have changed. Until the next one. See you later.